Hey, what's up, folks? It's your boy K Bishop, and in the last video, I told you that in this video we'll be talking about songwriting. Now, let me say this from the jump. This series may start off a bit boring, but you have to go through the boring stuff to get to the good stuff. So it may start off where you're talking about stuff that musicians don't really like to think about, like legal stuff, songwriting, the technical legal aspects of it. But if you cover these aspects now, trust me, it'd be a lot easier going forward. I have this saying that I go by is to make the next step great, you make this step good. So the next step will always be easier if you make this step good. If you want to have a great master, you have to have a decent mix. If you want to have a decent mix, you have to have a good recording. If you want to have a good recording, most likely you have to write a good song or have good production. So each step depends on the one before. So to make the next step great, you have to make this step good. So enough of that motivational speech. Basically, songwriting is where the process starts of making music. You could do this three ways. You could hire a songwriter. That's one. You can co-write with a songwriter, or you can do it on your own. Hiring a songwriter, this may be expensive. This may be range from anywhere from $20 per hour to 200, probably even upwards of 200 US dollars per hour. This option, you could there are several websites that you can go to. There's one called soundbetter.com that I know of, and one called upwork.com. I'll probably link to them in the description. I'm in no way sponsored by them. I have a little bit of experience with soundbetter.com. Got like mixing work there. I post my mixing work there. You could check those out to hire actual songwriters. Hiring a songwriter, you could also check a local songwriter. So I don't wanna just make it seem like it's just the digital world we live in. So you look for your local artist, and if your favorite local artist, and see who has the credits on writing music. It's pretty open nowadays to check, to find out, songwriting information. So you could also hire a local, in friendly neighborhood local songwriter. Option number two is co-writing. Co-writing, you are in the studio or wherever you may be, creating an actual song for yourself with a songwriter. There's three things that you should remember when co-writing: split sheets, split sheets, split sheets. Split sheets are important because you want to define who gets what percentage. It's very important. I'll give you an example, a quick example. If you have a song that you and a co-writer wrote, it gets placed in a TV show. Now you have to get permission from the songwriter as well, you being a co-writer, right? So it has to get both signatures. The money is split between both of you all, whatever percentages you all agreed on. 6,000, let's say 6,000 US dollars is the synchronization fee that you get for, let's say you get your song in a TV show. Let's say you have your song pitched by a publishing company. This publishing company would typically take 50% for their work of pitching your songs to TV shows and movies. A $6,000 sync fee is now split to $3,000. You have a co-writer and you all split it 50-50, you would get $1,500 out of a $6,000 sync fee. So that's how important a split sheet is, because this person could not want to sign off, whether it be for personal reasons or money reasons. This person could not want to sign off on the synchronization, and also your money is drastically less, right? So let's even take that scenario and say y'all had a producer. So y'all had a producer who basically gets 30% of who owns 30% of the master. Then you would have 30%. You all will have to split 70%. So you would own 35%, and the co-writer would own 35%. Now, 35% of 3,000 is at 1,050 US dollars. So you see how your money could be like drastically cut in two, or it can fluctuate. But yeah, split sheets. Remember split sheets when you are writing, co-writing songs with each other. The last option is to write it all by yourself. I love this option because I always write my own songs. I don't usually use co-writers. I can't even think of ever using co-writers with music. However, it's a learning process though in writing songs to make great songs. You can make mediocre songs, can make great songs. It takes some time to learn how to write. What I would suggest you do is listen music outside of your genre. When you listen music outside of your genre, you get an appreciation for how people structure songs, and you may be able to bring that in back into your genre of music and your style of music, and you may be able to incorporate that, and it will not be as detectable as opposed to you listening to your genre of music and then attempting to write songs within your genre, because people would then hear that you sound like somebody else because they would be comparing you to people in your genre. So that's a very good tip. I typically don't listen. I do hip hop. If you didn't know, I typically don't really listen to hip hop music. I haven't really listened. I hear it, yes, but I haven't really listened to hip hop music in like 5 years. You dig? So that's a very good tip. But listen to music in other genres so you can learn to write songs. Right? Learn to write songs. Make sure your pen game is slick, because Beyonce doesn't write most of her music. Rihanna also. All of the greats, they hardly write their music. But trust me, the songwriters are well paid. So, work on your pen game, and as I said, co-writing with people. Remember, split sheets. It's very important. In the next episode, we'll be touching on production. I would be explaining to you the options you have in terms of productions, where you can go for productions, what you can do, what type of deals you can strike with producers, the different structures you could use if you're working with a budget, because the artist has to pay every step of the way. Explain to you the different ways you can use production to be affordable to you, and also make good music. So make sure, look out for the next video, subscribe if you're not, comment any question that you have that you would like to ask me. Make sure, comment it. I'll answer it probably in the beginning or the end of the next video. So stay safe, be safe. Remember, to make the next step great, you have to make this step good. Peace. Woo, that is real talking, man. I ain't never bite no style. I got my own flow. I ain't never write it down. They ain't never like me now. Yeah, I spit conscious, but I hit them with the rhino rounds.